With two deadly hurricanes ravaging the United States from the southeast to Appalachia in a span of 12 days during the heart of an election campaign, President Biden has grown weary of candidates trying to score political points in the somber aftermath.
There's been a reckless, irresponsible, and relentless promotion of disinformation and outright lies that are disturbing people.
And I want the people to hear it from me. FEMA is ready. Our agency is postured to respond to this storm and maintain our current response and recovery efforts for Hurricane Helene impacted states.
Republicans, including former President Trump, have accused the Democrats of underfunding federal disaster relief while funding war in Ukraine, as well as efforts to help migrants illegally crossing the U.S. border. Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has blasted Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for not taking her calls, though both DeSantis and President Biden say they've been working together through the crisis and doing so very effectively. Your thoughts, John?
Well, you know, these things never used to be politicized until Hurricane Sandy. You'll remember that. Chris Christie, Barack Obama, it became a political. Look, these are devastated lives that have taken place in North Carolina and Florida. The federal government, this is a proper role of the federal government to be there and get involved. They've done it. I hate to see people not believing that the government's doing its job here, because it is.
Michael?
And since they have become politicized, I've not seen anybody really come out on the other side of a natural disaster in a, great positive spot. You have a lot to lose when these natural disasters happen. Hence, that's maybe what Donald Trump was trying to foment, because gosh knows that's the case of what we had down in the islands when he was the president.
Now to our quote of the week. Kansas City Chiefs ownership is funding the effort to defeat Amendment 3, which would lift Missouri's abortion ban. Clark Hunt, who's to the right of President Biden there during the Super Bowl champs' White House visit in May, is the Chiefs chairman and CEO. His organization, called Unity Hunt, controls the family's assets, including the football team. Unity Hunt recently donated $300,000 to Leadership for America PAC, which is funding campaign ads against Amendment 3. Our quote of the week is from Kansas City Democrat State Rep Maggie Nurenburn. She says it's incredibly disappointing to see Unity Hunt spend resources on this campaign to spread lies and continue the fear-mongering surrounding Amendment 3. Lies and fear-mongering, Michael? Is that happening?
There's two major drivers in this upcoming election. Number one, the presidential election here in the state of Missouri. The presidential election, which everyone's going to participate in, will get the most votes. And number two is the abortion amendment. If you're on the ballot begging voters on another amendment to vote for you, why weigh in and engage another most motivated constituency to come and have an opinion in your situation? This was a major unforced error for the pro-gambling industry.
So are abortion opponents right when they say this Amendment 3 really has zero restrictions on abortions?
Yeah.
It allows them if the legislature takes action, but that seems to be what they're seizing on now.
Yeah, I mean, the Amendment 3 is bad. It's going to pass. They're going to spend $23 million to pass it. It's going to pass, but it's bad. And it's not where a majority of the public really is on the issue of abortion. But we'll be dealing with this issue for years to come.
Final thoughts are next. First, Bommarito.com drone fox with a view of Anheuser-Busch headquarters in South St. Louis. You can almost hear the music, right? Bum, 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 ba-na-na-na.